is a common method being used by surveyors to determine the volume of the soil that needs to be excavated or cut from the project, as well as the volume of the soil that needs to be filled and compacted to achieve the designed level or project level or desired level. The method is pretty simple and straightforward. It's based on the area of cross section for adjacent stations and distance between the two stations. So I'm going to write the equation and solve the problem based on this equation. So the volume is equal to A1 plus A2 divided to 2. So the average of the two adjacent stations. The average of the two adjacent stations divided to 2 times L means the distance between the two adjacent stations divided to 27. And this 27 is pretty much converting feet cube because all our calculations are, or our measurements are in feet. The volume is in feet cube. By dividing it to 27, we are converting it to yard cube. So the results will be in yard cubes. Let's do it for the first two cross-section or area. So volume 1 or V1 is equal to A1 is 215.8 plus 135.8 divided to 2 times the distance between the two adjacent stations for the first two stations are as follow. So L1 is equal to 50. I dropped that 70. I dropped that positive, so it's 5078.6 minus 5010.0, and if you subtract them, it's going to be 0.6, 8, and 6. So times, therefore, 68.6 divided to 27, like I said, to convert it to cubic yard. If you solve it, you will get 446.7 cubic yard. Then for the next two stations, so this time we are going to go to this section, and I'm writing in front of it. So V2 is equal to 135.8 plus 174.8 divided to 2 times, again, L2 is equal to, this time, 51. Again, I'm dropping that positive or plus sign. 5147.2 minus 5078.6, and if you subtract them from each other, it's going to be 686. Oh, they are the same. It's not intentional, just by chance they are equal. So it's going to be 68.6 divided to 27. Again, you solve it, you will get 394.6 cubic yard. The next one is between these two guys, and I'm going to write them on the right side, so somewhere in here, so that I don't miss them. So I'm writing here V3 is equal to 174.8 plus 42.6 divided to 2 times the distance. Again, if you subtract them from each other, this time you will get 67.7 divided to 27. You solve it, you will get V3 as equal to V3 is going to be equal to 272.6 cubic yard. Now we have one more calculations to do, and that's this small section. Most of the time students forget to calculate this volume as well. So V4, I'm writing it here, V4 is equal to 42.6 plus, because the next cross-section area is 0, so it's plus 0 divided to 2, because here it is 0 for cut, times the distance, again 5300 minus 5214.9. If you subtract them from each other, you will get 85.1. So 85.1 divided to 27, and it will give you the volume equal to 67.1 cubic yard. So the best way to solve a problem like this is to tabulate it. I created this table, so you need to subtract these stations from each other and write the distances. So we calculated for these guys 68.6, 68.6, 67.7, and this one was 85.1. If you subtract the rest of them from each other, you will get 91.5, and for the last one it's going to be 18.5. so this is in feet. Then you have to write cut and fill in feet the given data in this table. So for 50 plus 10, we have 215.8. For the next station, we had 135.8. For the next station, we had 174.8. For the next station, we had 42.6. For the next station, we didn't have anything, it's 0. Now you have to write cut a fill part in front of it as well. So in the beginning, we didn't have any fill. Fill starts here at 52.149. So here our fill starts, and it's 168.5. I write 0 in here so that I don't forget to calculate volume in front of it as well. So 168, then it's 207.4, then it's 269.4, then it's 235.5. Now that you have this, you have to calculate cut and write it underneath cut and fill underneath fill. We calculated the cut part. I'm writing it, so between these two stations, so it's going to be in front of or in this row. So the first one was 446.7, then it was 394.6, then we calculated the next one was 272.6, and the last one is between these two guys, and it was 67.1. You add them to each other and write them in this table to see how much it is. If you add them, it's going to be 1, 1, 8093, or just 9 will be enough. Then the same process for the fill. So we don't have anything in here, we don't have anything here. We will start between these two guys. So it's going to be 0 plus 168.5 divided to 2 times 67.7 divided to 27. The same process. If you do the calculations, you will get equal to 211.2. Between these two, the next ones, you will get 592.4. So I'm just writing to remind you. So it's 168.5 plus 207.4 divided to 2 times L that we have is 85.1 divided to 27. That's how I get this 592.4. The next one is between these two, and that's equal to 807.9. Again, it's 207.4 plus 269.4 divided to 2 times the distance was 91.5 divided to 27. That's how I get this number. And the last one between 269.4 and 235.5, you do the math, it's 1014.5. Now you're going to need to add these to each other, and if you do so, you will get 2626.0. And then if you subtract them from each other, you will get the final, or the net soil volume that you need, 1445.1.